महक रहा है मधुबन तुमसे, ओ बाबा मधुबन वाले। महक रहा है मधुबन तुमसे, ओ बाबा मधुबन वाले।
तो इस वर्ष में बाप दादा विशेष एक शक्ति का वरदान भी दे रहे। मेरा बाबा कहेंगे तो शक्ति हाजिर दिल से। ऐसे ही मेरा बाबा नहीं, दिल से कहा, अधिकार रखा मेरा बाबा, और शक्ति आपके आगे हाजिर हो जाएगी। वो कौन सी शक्ति? परिवर्तन की शक्ति। परिवर्तन की शक्ति में विशेष नेगेटिव को पॉजिटिव में चेंज कर। नेगेटिव संकल्प, नेगेटिव चलन को देखते पॉजिटिव में चेंज करो। पॉजिटिव देखना, बोलना, करना, सिर्फ शुभ भावना और शुभ कामना द्वारा सहज हो जाए। क्योंकि ये अपोजिशन आएगी, लेकिन आपके परिवर्तन की शक्ति आपको सहज सफलता दिलाएगी। तो समझा, इस वर्ष का विशेष वरदान परिवर्तन शक्ति को दृढ़ संकल्प से कार्य में लगाना। कर सकते हो ना परिवर्तन? चैलेंज है आपकी, याद है ना? विश्व परिवर्तक होना। जब टाइटली विश्व परिवर्तक का है, तो क्या स्व को परिवर्तन करना मुश्किल है क्या? दिल से कोई भी मुश्किल बात आए, वैसे मुश्किल बात नहीं होती, लेकिन आप बना देते हो। मास्टर सर्वशक्तिमान, उसके आगे मुश्किल क्या है? लेकिन आप एक गलती करते हो और मुश्किल बना देते हो। जैसे देखो, अचानक या अंधकार हो जाता है, तो अगर कोई गलती से अंधकार को भगाने लगे तो अंधकार भागेगा। सही विधि है, आप रोशनी का स्विच ऑन करो तो अंधकार सेकंड में भाग जाएगा। बड़ी कर देते हो। और बड़ी बात तो मुश्किल होती है, छोटी बात कर लो तो सहज हो जाए।
वो तीर्थ बना है तुमसे ओ अब्बा वो वाले, वो तीर्थ बना है तुमसे ओ अब्बा वो वाले, महक रहा है मधुबन तुमसे।
ओम शांति। अव्यक्त परिवार में आपका स्वागत है। आज है दिन 12। एकता और विश्वास की विशेषता द्वारा सफलता संपन्न बनो। आज का विषय है स्व की सेवा। ज्ञानी बनने के साथ साथ स्नेही बनो। स्व की सेवा विश्व सेवा का आधार है। सेवा में सिर्फ 2 शब्द याद रखना। एक निमित्त हूँ, दूसरा निर्माण बनना ही है। इससे एकता का वातावरण बनेगा। एक दो के सहयोगी बनेंगे। तेरे मेरे की मान शान की टकराव की भावनाएं समाप्त हो जाएंगी। अभी हम मोहिनी दीदी से सुनेंगे।
ओम शांति। सभी ठीक हो, सभी मौज में हो। जितना बाबा की लगन में मगन रहते हैं, मगन अवस्था बहुत समाने की अवस्था, समान बनने की विधि है। लगन तो सभी को है, पर मगन भी होना है ना। जैसे कोई होते हैं समुद्र में डुबकी लगाते हैं पर जल्दी वापस आ जाते। कोई होते हैं इतना गहराई में जाते हैं और फिर नीचे से वो लोगों को बहुत रतन मिलते हैं, मोती मिलते हैं। ऊपर नहरों में तो फ्रेश हो जाते हैं, परंतु गहराई में जब जाते हैं तो बहुत कुछ प्राप्त होता है। तो हमें भी जो हम बाबा की हर बात सुनते हैं उसकी गहराई में जाना बहुत जरूरी है। क्या कह रहे हैं बाबा, क्यों कह रहे हैं, और हमें उसको कैसे व्यवहार में लाना है। ज्ञान को समझ कहते हैं। तो हर कदम समझ से उठाना, समझदार होकर के चलना, ये जीवन की शोभा है, जीवन की सफलता है। जो डिग्निटी कहते हैं ना, शोभा। तो इसलिए, और जो सच्ची सेवा है उसमें स्व सेवा होनी चाहिए। ये नहीं कि हमने कह दिया। कहावत है, किसी ने कहा जो मैं कह रहा हूं आप सब करो, पर वो नहीं करो जो मैं कर रहा हूं। इतना कंट्रास्ट हो सकता है कि हमारी मान्यताओं में और व्यवहार में इतना अंतर हो। हमारी मान्यताएं ही हमारी जीवन हो, धारणाएं हो, व्यवहार हो, संबंध हो। तो सेवा में स्व सेवा, स्व उन्नति, स्व परिवर्तन, स्वमान आदि की वृद्धि होनी चाहिए। तो इसलिए बाबा कह रहे हैं कि स्व की सेवा। ये ठीक है, बाबा की याद, अमृत वेला, योग करना, बाबा का प्रेम, वह स्व से शुरू होता है और हम सेवा में उसको यूज करते हैं। फिर जब हम सेवा करते हैं, किसी को ज्ञान सुनाते हैं, तो हमें भी हर बात स्पष्ट और स्पष्ट होती है, हमारे ध्यान में आती है और हमारी धारणा भी उसके आधार पर बनती है। तो दोनों तरह से है। कुछ पहले स्व 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 की सेवा करके फिर दूसरों की सेवा करना, और दूसरा है कि दूसरों की सेवा करते हुए भी स्व की सेवा होनी चाहिए। तो अथक भी रहेंगे, उमंग उत्साह भी रहेगा, दृढ़ता भी बढ़ेगी। सिर्फ सुनाते ही रहना है तो ऐसे लगेगा जैसे कोई नौकरी लगी हुई है, जॉब लगी है। जैसे लेक्चरर्स होते हैं, हम भी एक अच्छे लेक्चर करने वाले बन जाते हैं। परंतु जिनको स्वस्थ उन्नति का ध्यान रहता है तो एक एक शब्द जब वो बोलेंगे वो जैसे स्वयं के लिए पढ़ रहे हैं। जैसे मुरली भी पढ़ते हैं तो मैं बहुत तेज नहीं पढ़ पाती हूँ क्योंकि मैं खुद के लिए पढ़ रही हूँ। चाहे सुन दूसरे रहे हैं पर मैं खुद के लिए, कई बार ऐसा होता है दूसरों को सुना रहे हैं मुरली और मैं फिर कहती हूँ मैं सुन के फिर दूसरों को सुना रही हूँ। ये सुन पढ़ते समय ऐसा फीलिंग मेरे में आती है कि मैं तो खुद के लिए, बाबा मुझे कह रहे हैं फिर दूसरों के लिए, राइट। तो बाबा कहते हैं ज्ञानी बनने के साथ साथ स्नेह भी बनो। और बाबा मामा उसके एग्जाम्पल है, हमारी दादी उसकी एग्जाम्पल है। ऐसा नहीं कि पॉसिबल नहीं है, क्योंकि ज्ञानी बन जाते हैं तो उसका भी मेरे में ज्ञान है, पर ज्ञान के साथ स्नेही बनो। मैं तो ब्रह्मा बाबा को देखती हूँ इतने प्यार से बाबा बैठ के ऐसे ज्ञान सुनाते थे जैसे प्रेम की बातें कर रहे हैं। कई बार कहते हैं भाई मुरली भी एक प्रेम पत्र ही है। बाबा रोज हमसे बात करते हैं। जो आपस में प्रेम में होते हैं ना वो पत्र बहुत लिखते हैं एक दूसरे को। तो बाबा तो रोज ही हमको मुरली सुनाते हैं। इसलिए बाबा कहते हैं ज्ञानी बनने के साथ साथ स्नेही भी बनो। स्व की सेवा विश्व की सेवा का आधार है, क्योंकि उदाहरण बनना पड़ता है और अपनी फाउंडेशन जो हम सुना रहे हैं उसके आधार पर इतनी मजबूत हो कि कई तरह के चैलेंजेस आएंगे, कई तरह के आरोप आएंगे, कई तरह की बातें आती हैं, पर एक ज्ञानी तो आत्मा और उनके साथ भी अगर स्नेह है तो आपकी विजय जरूर होगी और दूसरों में भी परिवर्तन आएगा। इसलिए बाबा कहते हैं स्व की सेवा विश्व सेवा का आधार है। सेवा में सिर्फ दो शब्द याद रखना, एक है कि मैं निमित्त हूं, दूसरा मुझे निर्माण भी बनना है। निमित्त और निर्माण अर्थात नम्रता। तो बाबा कहते हैं इससे फिर एकता भी बढ़ेगी। भिन्नता मिटाने का तरीका ही एक है ना, और वो है सम्मान देना, स्नेह रखना। तो बाबा कहते हैं फिर वातावरण भी ऐसा बनेगा और एक दो के सहयोगी भी बनेंगे। स्व की सेवा विश्व की सेवा है। स्नेह बहुत जरूरी है, उससे वातावरण बनेगा और एक दो के सहयोगी बनेंगे। मेरे मेरे की नाम शान की टकराव की भावनाएं समाप्त हो जाएंगी। मेरे मेरे की मान शान की, बाबा कहते हैं टकराव की भावनाएं समाप्त हो जाएंगी। अब ये बातें तो अनुभव करने की हैं, प्रैक्टिकल में करने की हैं। तो अपनी मनसा, अपनी वाणी, अपना कर्म, अपना व्यवहार इस धारणा के आधार पर हो, क्योंकि हम लोग कहते हैं कि विश्व सेवा करनी है और बाबा कहता है कि स्व सेवा से ही विश्व सेवा होगी। देखो हमारे महात्मा गांधी जी थे, अहिंसा पर उन्होंने बहुत जोर दिया। अहिंसा पर चलो, तो सारे विश्व में उसके बाद से अहिंसा की बात होने लगी। पहले सब सोचते थे कि स्वतंत्रता के लिए हमको हिंसा बहुत जरूरी है, हथियारों का यूज करना, कई तरह की हिंसा। पर महात्मा गांधी जी ने कहा नहीं, अहिंसा से भी स्वराज्य की प्राप्ति हो सकती है, और वो हुआ। राइट, भारत तो स्वतंत्र हुआ। तो एक नया प्रिंसिपल था, एक नया आंदोलन था अहिंसा का। तो सारे विश्व में अहिंसा की चर्चा होने लगी। तो इस तरह से अगर हम देखेंगे कि अगर हम मिलकर के एक अच्छा, चाहे एकता का, चाहे स्नेह का, सहयोग का, सम्मान का एक उदाहरण रखते हैं, तो ये विश्व के लिए एक मॉडल बन जाता है। तो इसलिए सेवा ऐसी करें, स्व को भी प्राप्ति हो, और स्व को जो प्राप्ति हो वो सारे विश्व तक भी किसी भी तरह से पहुंचे, चाहे वाइब्रेशन से, चाहे वाणी से, चाहे एग्जाम्पल से, कर्म से। तो इसलिए ये बहुत ध्यान देने वाली बात है, बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है। और खुशी भी बहुत होगी अगर हम, जब बाबा जो कहते हैं, जैसे कहते हैं हम करते हैं, तो शक्ति भी बढ़ती है और अंदर में बहुत खुशी और संतुष्टि रहती है। संतुष्टि तो है ही अच्छे पुरुषार्थ से, नहीं, बाबा ने कहा, हमने किया। तो इसलिए ये अव्यक्त इशारों को थोड़ा अटेंशन से, गंभीरता से लेके, अभी समय है, इसको व्यवहारिक रूप में लाएं। अनुभव भी बढ़ेगा और आत्मिक विश्वास बढ़ेगा, और ऐसा लगेगा कि मेरी उन्नति हो रही है, तो मैं दूसरों को भी इसमें मदद कर सकती हूँ। तो अभी हम बैठेंगे बाबा की याद में, स्व सेवा और विश्व सेवा के संबंध की स्थिति में। ओम शांति। ओम शांति।
बाबा तेरी मीठी मुरली की धुन सुन कर के मन हर्षाए।
अव्यक्त वाणी। तारीख है 14 मई 1977। स्वमान और फरमान तो जहर की तरफ आकर्षित होते हैं क्या? ऐसे इंद्रियों के सुख से सदा परे रहेंगे। मेहनत नहीं करनी पड़ेगी, लेकिन नॉलेजफुल होने के कारण उसके सामने वह तुच्छ दिखाई देगा। अगर चलते चलते इंद्रियों के सुख की तरफ आकर्षित होते तो इससे सिद्ध है कि अतीन्द्रिय सुख की अनुभूति में कोई कमी है।
इच्छा है लेकिन प्राप्ति नहीं, जिज्ञासु है बच्चा नहीं, बच्चा अर्थात अधिकारी, जिज्ञासु अर्थात इच्छा रखने वाले, प्राप्त हो यह इच्छा नहीं लेकिन प्राप्त है इस अधिकार की खुशी में रहने वाले, सदा इसी अतीन्द्रिय सुख में रहो। इंद्रियों के सुख का अनुभव कितने जन्म से कर रहे हो, उसे प्राप्ति का भी ज्ञान है ना। क्या प्राप्त हुआ? कमाया और गवाया। जब गवाना ही है तो फिर अभी भी उस तरफ आकर्षित क्यों होते? अतीन्द्रिय सुख की प्राप्ति का समय अभी भी थोड़ा है, यह भी नहीं तो कभी नहीं मिलेगा। आगे कल पढ़ेंगे।
तेरी मीठी मुरली की धुन सुन कर के मन हर्षाए, हो सुन कर के मन हर्षाए। तुझे देख के आते बाबा याद, उस दिल पर जाऊं मैं बलिहार। आधार मूरत हो विश्व की तुम।
ठीक रही। पहले ज्ञान थोड़ी इतना था जितना आपको मिला है, रिफाइंड। सेवा कितनी है आपके आगे, सुबह से रात तक सेवा आपके आगे है। हमारे आगे कहाँ थी इतनी सेवा? कुछ भी नहीं सेवा थी। पर नशा कितना था, बिगड़ सेवा। सेवा थी नहीं, न 7 दिन का कोर्स, न जिज्ञासु का, न सारा दिन स्थूल सेवा। बर्तन मांजना, सफाई करना, सारे घर को पोछा लगाना, इतना बड़ा समझा। पर उससे स्थूल काम से हमारा यज्ञ से प्यार बहुत हो गया। एक यज्ञ से प्यार हो गया और दूसरा तपस्या अच्छी हुई। हमारी नशा चढ़ा हुआ था। जिसने सामने अपने मुक्ति धाम भी देखा और सतयुग भी देखा, सुनते सुनते गीत, वो हाथ उठाए। अब देखो कितने हाथ उठाते हैं। जिसको नींद आ रही थी वो हाथ उठाए, वो है मुक्ति धाम। समझा नहीं? रस होता है। नींद आनी न चाहिए। नींद माया है, तमोगुणी है। समझा नहीं? ये आएंगी इस टाइम, जब भी हम शांत में योग में बैठेंगे उस टाइम माया कान खुरकाएंगी नींद का। साइलेंस है ना, वो भी साइलेंस, वो भी साइलेंस। परंतु साइलेंस इज पावर। रस है हमारे को, बाबा का रस है। उस रस में किसको नींद आएंगी? आज कोई चली यहाँ बैठ के वो करता है, नाटक करता है, आती है किसको नींद? 12 बज जाता है रात्रि में, 1 बज जाएगा, पर नाटक चलता रहेगा, नींद नहीं आएंगी। रस है देखने का, जिसमें साइलेंस पावर का रस होगा, बाबा का रस होगा अंदर, उसको नींद, योगी की नींद कम हो जाती है। समझा नहीं? उसको नींद नहीं आती है, कम नींद हो जाती है, उनका भोजन कम हो जाता है। ज्यादा भोजन खा के नींद करेंगी तो बहुत आएंगी नींद।
with the speciality of unity and faith, become full of success, service of the self, together with being knowledgeful, also be loving. Service of the self is the basis for world service. In service, simply remember 2 sentences. I am an instrument, and I definitely have to be humble. An atmosphere of unity will be created in this way, and you will be cooperative with one another. All feelings of conflict, of mine and yours, respect and honor will finish. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today's day 12. With the speciality of unity and faith, become full of success. Today's topic, service of the self. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone is okay, everyone is well. Our pure thoughts, elevated thoughts, our positive thoughts, the vibrations and the energy of those thoughts must keep us well, right? Even sometimes there are settling of karmic accounts with the body, in relationships, with circumstances. But I think that our elevated thoughts, pure thoughts, the energy and the vibrations will help us to be victorious, to be successful, to be always happy. Today, Baba is reminding us that how important self is, self-service. I know once somebody asked question that, is it not selfish to think of the self? It is not. It is altruistic, because self and then world service is very connected. Service of the self and world service is very connected. Like you will find that a medical person, doctor, has to keep his immune system very strong so that all the patients with different complaints, diseases come to them, they are able to tolerate, their system can take it. So serving the self is not selfish, but is increasing our inner power, inner strength, so that when we share with others, we can help others, help them to understand, help them to be victorious. But if self hasn't experienced all that, how can you do that for others? I remember when Brahma Baba used to say that all the storms of Maya, everything comes first in front of Baba. And when Baba become conqueror, then you all can follow it. And that is how so many situations came in Baba's life. We might call them obstacles, but Baba, what he did at that time has become the method for all of us. we always think there was whatever way were challenges, adverse situations, but how Baba remained cheerful, very calm, remained, kept his faith in Baba and drama, self-trust. Amazing, when I think of Baba and the way Baba dealt with every situation, I think it was example for the world. Many, many big things happen, and how Baba in peacefully, in silence, with sweetness, he dealt with everything. Never lost hope, never lost cheerfulness, never lost his faith. No. He was consistent, he was stable, and that is why we still give example of him. So that is self-service, no? Maintaining my stage in various situations, whether favorable or adverse, is setting an example where world can learn. So Baba is saying that service of the self, together with being knowledgeful, service of the self is the basis for world service. If you are kind to others, have compassion for others but not kind to yourself. If you are loving to others but not loving for the self, then you cannot serve the world. Because giving knowledge is like giving directions. And they will look at my life if I am following direction and where I am, what I am today. If they see that, yes, there is power of knowledge, power of yoga, then automatically it will be easy for them to follow. So whatever our role is in drama, whatever our part is, always remember, don't forget to serve yourself and world will be served. And when you serve the world, then self also will be served. By everyone looking at me will help me. And I look at everyone as benefactors also. So Baba says, together with being knowledgeful, also be loving. Service of the self is the basis of world service. Baba says, in service, simply remember two words. I am an instrument is the first one. And Baba says, I definitely have to be humble. Humility is a big quality. If I am an instrument, who is playing the instrument? I am Baba's instrument. No? Not only just say I am instrument, but I am Baba's instrument. And as Baba's instrument, then Baba is making me do. So there has to be humility. So first is, remember two words. I am an instrument. I definitely have to be humble. An atmosphere of unity will be created in this way. With these two qualities, atmosphere of unity will be created. Mm. And in this way, you will also be cooperative with one another. Sign of unity is cooperation with one another. And nature has created these examples. We do actions through the hands, and all 5 fingers are different, but they work together as one hand. If they start fighting with each other, which they show, give example that thumb says I am important because my sign, when I put stamp of my thumb, it works so much. And one finger says, but I put tilak with this finger. And I signal this one upwards towards God. So there is each one has speciality, and we use it in different way. But they all are together as one hand. And when they are one hand, they work very well. And then 2 hands, right is doing is left will help. So whole creation is of cooperation. So Baba is saying that, so when you are humble and instrument, you will be cooperative with one another. All the feelings of conflict of mine and yours, respect and honor will finish. I and mine, mine and yours, right, will finish, and disrespect and honor will finish. Such clear explanation Baba is giving us, and yeah, we have just to do it, right? I really love the way Baba teaches us, clarify, simplify everything. So that's what I feel, that it's so clear that why it is important to serve the self, and then from there, self world service will happen. So attention on the self, embodiment of Baba's knowledge, and lot of love, lot of humility. All these virtues will help us to be a world server. So we sit and think about self and the world service, self-service and the world service. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Avyakti Parivar. So you must be wondering where I am. Well, I'm here in Shantivan, and Didi is also here in Shantivan. And some of you may be in Shantivan as well, I'm not sure. But not only are we in Shantivan today, but it's also the day of the Satguru. So you were the day before, some of you are the day before, Wednesday evening, and we are the morning after, which is Thursday morning. So happy Sat Guruvar. And on the day of Sat Guruvar, Baba showers us with blessings upon blessings upon blessings, right? Are you feeling those blessings coming straight to your soul? And your soul is dancing in the center of the forehead? Huh? Are you feeling that? Full of zeal and enthusiasm? Huh? Overflowing with zeal and enthusiasm? Are you feeling that? I'm looking at your faces to see if you're feeling it, and most of you are, because those are things you don't think about. You don't think, am I feeling zeal and enthusiasm? The moment you think, there is no zeal and enthusiasm, right? But it is just a natural flow that we call a zeal and enthusiasm, but it is directly from Baba to our souls, to the heart in the soul. And so I was listening to all these different things on today's Avyak signal. And when Sister Mohini, when Didi spoke in Hindi on the subject today, she used the word nonviolence. She says that there was a period of time when nonviolence was very important. Ahimsa. Nonviolence was important in order to get peace. Nonviolence was important in order to get freedom. But nonviolence was also very important for peace in the world. And so if it is freedom, I want freedom from a foreign occupation. I want freedom because I want self-sovereignty for my country. But I want to do it in a peaceful way, and I want to do it in a way that I don't harm anyone. And so this word ahimsa, actually, it means do no harm, but it has been translated as non-violence. So when we look at today's Avyak signal, and Baba is putting the emphasis on self-transformation, serving the self first, we are also looking for that liberation and liberation in life, which is freedom. Freedom is a spiritual aspiration. It is a spiritual way of being in terms of soul consciousness. It comes from the spirit of the soul. It is not a political term. It is an eternal way of being in soul consciousness. In my eternal stage, I am free. And that is why people seek moksha, thinking that they could have this eternal freedom in the home forever. And so it is an eternal state of being of the soul. And so we also, why do we have to have self-service and self-transformation? It's because we have to reclaim that freedom. And in order to reclaim that freedom, we have to now get out of the rule of this foreign entity called Ravan. We have to remove ourselves from the traps, gross traps and subtle traps of Ravan. And the more I'm able to do that, free myself of the vices at a subtle level and at a gross level, it's the more I return to that inner freedom. It's the more I free myself and I can be my authentic, my true self, my eternal self, as Baba says. I can be free to be who I am without having to be what someone else wants me to be. And we live our lives 90%, I think, of being what someone else wants me to be for them. And we call that service. But that is not service. Because if I truly want to serve, I have to be what Baba wants me to be, not what I have to be for others. And that is why zeal and enthusiasm, sometimes we fall into the trap of drawing zeal and enthusiasm and motivation from what others, how others accept me, how others see me, how others appreciate me. And that's a trap because I lose my freedom. But if I draw my zeal and enthusiasm and my motivation and my inspiration from Baba, how Baba wants me to be, then I become that instrument to serve. Because then he is the one who's tuning me to his powers, to his virtues, to his teachings, to his directions. And when I am tuned to that, then I am able to express it in a way that is not adulterated, because I'm not doing it based on what others will think and say and feel and behave toward me. I'm doing it outside of all of those influences. And I think this is the true meaning of being an instrument, because a refined instrument is someone who does no harm to themselves when they serve themselves and when they change themselves. Sometimes we don't like to serve ourselves because we don't like who we are. And to look at myself is not a pleasant thing to do, because I'm seeing myself through the layers or the lens of what other people told me about myself. And much of what people told me about myself, I didn't like. So I carry it from childhood. And those childhood memories or the childhood identity are the lens that I still look at myself through, and I don't like it. And so I don't like looking at myself, so I don't like serving myself. And I do a lot of harm to myself because I try to force myself to be what someone else is, but I'm not that someone else. I'm unique. I am Baba's unique child, and only he knows me the way I am. So the closer I get to him, it's the more I'm going to see my own uniqueness. He's going to show that to me. But the deal here is don't harm yourself in your process of transformation. Didi used the word love. She says for unity, it is very important for there to be love. And so in transforming myself, I need to learn how to change myself with love. How to love myself first, because if I build an inner capacity of self-love based on self-love, then others will naturally feel that love for me. Then I can become an instrument for Baba's love, right? But if I suppress who I am and say, okay, Baba, now make me an instrument for your love, but I have all these different kind of funny feelings about my own self, that will become the block. And so Baba can't use me then as an instrument for his love to flow because it's being stopped by the blockages inside my own heart about my own self. The limitations that I have about my own self, those become the blocks, and Baba's love can't flow. So the lesson number one is change yourself with love and do no harm to yourself as you change, as you serve yourself. The other thing I was struck by when I was listening was Dadi Chandramani and what she said. Now, I suppose I was struck by what she said because what she was talking about last year, February, this time, I was there and I was visiting those buildings. And one was Omnivas and the other was Kunj Bhavan. Now, she said that during her days, there was no service. They were actually doing two things. They were cleaning and mopping and cooking and sewing and doing all these different things. Did you remember her saying that? And that was like the service they were doing. It was called Yagya service. So in building the unity, isn't it fascinating to see how their unity was built? Their unity wasn't built based on let's serve together, let's go out and do an exhibition together, or let's go out and create a program and bring people together. No, she says there was no one even coming to them for service. There was nothing like that. All that they were doing was enjoying one another, cleaning and cooking, the same things it's called Yagya Seva today. And that Yagya Seva built their unity among themselves. Now, maybe what we should ask here, what we should ask Didi to do, is every time the double foreigners come to Shantivan, Gyan Sarovar, Panda Bhavan, it's a very good idea someone made, is that we dedicate one day to cleaning. And all of us together bring in our cleaning materials and just clean our own rooms, clean our own bathrooms, clean our own environment. Wouldn't that be nice? And I think if we do it together, there would be this automatic unity that would be created among ourselves. And it is a very natural way of being in unity. You know, when you all have weddings or when you're preparing for something as a family event, the amount of unity that happens there, just by doing things together with a common purpose out of love, and the love is flowing. So it's the same thing. So we could have a cleaning day here and try to replicate what Dadi Chandramani was talking about. And then observe how that unity got built automatically in us. And this is why Yagya Seva is so important. Because I think what I drew from what she was saying is Yagya Seva is the only Seva that will build the quality of unity that comes out of my love for Baba's Yagya. That is when I'm going to see that the Yagya is mine. I am part of the Yagya. I'm a flame. I'm a unique flame in the flame of flames, in this rosary of flames. And I think that was very beautiful what she said. But what she also said that struck me was the way they served the world and the way they built the love for the world was through tapasya. So I suppose they're in Kunj Bhavan. It is a girls' school. It was a girls' school. And they were about like 4 floors with the top, which is the roof gardens. And it's huge. It's a big place. And they would be running up and down those stairs. But then they were all young and they had to either go on the roof gardens or go into their rooms, which they were their training rooms, their classrooms, and do this tapasya. They didn't know what the world outside was like. They were very closeted. They were very isolated. And so they didn't know much about the world. But yet they had to serve this world. I wonder what was in their intellect when they thought of the world. Now I'm going to send Sakash to this world. I'm going to be Baba's instrument to send Sakash to the whole world. I wonder what came into their mind's eye at that time when they were so young, so innocent, so pure, so, in a way, full of this Shiv Shakti awareness that we are the Shiv Shakti serving the world. I'm sure their world was limited to this small world that Baba created for them. And they didn't perhaps see anything visually, but all that they did was to do what Baba told them to do. So when Didi said, just do what Baba tells you to do, even to speak Baba's words, to speak Baba's teachings is giving directions. So they were just doing what Baba told them to do in the purity of their soul, with the innocence of their purpose. And they were just radiating to a world that they didn't know, but loved this world so much. So by the time we came and we met Daddy Chandramani, and we met Daddy Janki, and we met Daddy G, Daddy Prakashmani, we were meeting them when they were world servers. And we entered the yajna, we entered with our spiritual Brahmin life as little servers too. And we joined them. And we worked with them and they guided us in terms of how to serve the world. But it was always on the basis of revealing Baba to the world. Their aim of serving the world wasn't to reveal themselves, even though they did get revealed, but it was to reveal Baba to the world. So they were only seeing Baba. So I'd leave you with two images today to practice your self-service, to build this unity and to get the success by being an instrument and being humble. And the two images is, I was reading Baba's Abhyakt Murli of 69, and the images was very strong in me that left a practice that I love to practice now with these two images. And one is to maintain your honor and self-respect. He says, when you're looking at another, when you're serving another, the service you would have done to yourself is to always see yourself as the jewel in the center of the forehead. And when you're looking at another, to connect to the jewel in the center of their forehead, because it's like the jewel in the snake's body. Don't look at the snake, look at the jewel. Because he says, if you look at the snake as an instrument, you are going to be deceived. Because the subtle influences of the body will influence you, will affect you. So the practice here to maintain your honor and your self-respect, look at the jewel in the center, and you will shine as a jewel to serve the whole world. And the next image, I think it's to do with unity and with humility, is to be the moth. And he was saying, there's only one thing a moth sees. A moth doesn't see anything else. And do you know what a moth sees? The only thing that a moth sees is the light. And so the moth is always looking for the light. The moth is always seeing the light. And so be like the moth. Always look toward the light. Don't see anything else but Baba, the light. And that will help you to stay light and easy, because he says, what burdens the soul are situations and circumstances. But if the moth, while flying through the darkness, has its eye only on the light, everything else for that moth would be light. So that's my little bit. I don't know if I went over time or what I did, but it was lovely being with you today. And it is, you see how rich one point can be and how many things it could emerge out of you just listening to these Avyakti clips and listening to Didi. So now I know each one of you will be the moth and you will be the one to see the jewel in everyone's forehead and be the moth that flies through the darkness, only looking at the light. Okay? Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, thank you. So now, tomorrow is Thursday and our schedule from Amritwala 3:30 am to 4:45 am. In the evening, 5 to 6 p.m. English Sakar Murli. Together with that, in breakout room, Avikti Children Murli class, 5 to 5:30 p.m. 6 o'clock, Bhatti will start, followed by Bog offering, and then Hindi series, English series, and chit chat. So now let's remember Baba and take Drishti from Didi.
आत्मचिंतन से ही होगा आत्म परिवर्तन। आत्मचिंतन से ही होगा आत्म परिवर्तन। आत्म परिवर्तन करेगा, आत्म परिवर्तन करेगा, विश्व परिवर्तन। आत्मचिंतन से ही होगा। विश्व के कल्याण हित कुछ एक पल को लीजिए। विश्व के कल्याण हित कुछ एक पल को लीजिए। शांत और एकांत मन में ध्यान इतना दीजिए। शांत और एकांत मन में ध्यान इतना दीजिए। हम कौन आए क्यों यहाँ, हम कौन आए क्यों यहाँ, करें आत्म अन्वेषण। आत्मचिंतन से ही होगा आत्म परिवर्तन। आत्म परिवर्तन करेगा, आत्म परिवर्तन करेगा, विश्व परिवर्तन। आत्मचिंतन से ही होगा। तन से न्यारी दिल
शांति, ओम शांति। So,